So it will kind of slow down your career growth. So I would suggest don't ever accept any offer which is, trying to lower your level down or making your career growth slow. You've probably clicked the play button on this video because you are someone in your early career stage and looking for a job change or planning to switch in the near future. Well, I'm here to help. Hello everybody and welcome to Scalar's YouTube channel. This is Mahima Hans and I'm a software engineer and a tech placement mentor. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about switching jobs in the earlier career stage. From planning to preparation to choosing the right company for yourself and a lot of other things. So before we get on to the video, make sure to check out Scalar's free masterclasses by industry-leading experts on Scalar's event page. Link is in the description. So let's get started. So the most important question is, how do you know if it's the right time to switch? So there are certain factors to consider while determining if it's the right time to switch for you. The first major factor is career growth. Believe me, if you are in your early career stage, nothing matters more than your career growth. So if your current job doesn't provide opportunities for career advancement, such as promotions, new challenges, or interesting projects to work on, it's an indication that you need to start exploring other opportunities. The next important factor is learning opportunities and upskilling. Ask yourself this question. Are you continuously learning and growing in your current role? It is important to be in a job that provides opportunities for upskilling and professional development. If you've stopped learning and your skills are stagnating, or you feel that your work has become a little monotonous and it's no longer challenging for you, it may be a sign that it's time to move on. Another important factor is work culture and work-life balance. If your job requires you to give long hours and that's happening more frequently or more regularly, then you should try finding a job which gives you a healthier balance, because otherwise you won't be able to sustain in the long term. So you should prioritize your health and mental wellness. Lastly, also consider the company's culture and values. What really matters is, do you feel aligned with your company's missions and values? Are you surrounded by a supportive and a collaborative team? If you find that the culture or values are not a good fit for you, it could be a reason to start exploring other companies where you can feel more connected to the culture and the values of the company. So now that you know the factors that you have to consider while deciding whether it's the right time to switch for you, let's dive deep into how to plan your switch effectively. The first and foremost step is updating your resume and cover letter. You should make sure to update your resume by listing out your work experience, starting with your most recent job and working backwards. So make sure to include all these things when you are specifying your experience. Add your job title, your company name and location, your employment dates, your key responsibilities and achievements in bullet points, and use action verbs and try to quantify your achievements. Try to mention the impact in a way that it highlights that you've significantly contributed to the growth of the company. So you can mention points like managed a team of 10 developers or increased the website traffic by 30%, things like that. Also, customize your resume and cover letter for each job application by adjusting the keywords and content to align with that specific job description. Now, once you've updated your resume, the next step is finding out relevant opportunities for you and applying for those opportunities. So it's very important to stay active on LinkedIn, InstaHire, Naukri.com, and all such job search platforms where jobs are posted regularly. Also keep checking the career website of the companies you want to get into. So whatever are your target companies, check out just Google Microsoft Careers or Google Careers and get that job career website page. Companies keep posting listings there regularly. And the best way is to find contacts in the company via LinkedIn or other professional networks and get a referral before applying for the job. So when you're having a referral, it gives you an edge over the other candidates. It's like some employee from that company vouching for you. So it's good to have a referral if you can have it. Also, you can try reaching out to your professional network including your former colleagues, your friends, or your mentors. They may be aware of job openings and can introduce you to relevant contacts. You can also consider cold emailing recruiters or sending LinkedIn messages or emails to them. Another thing you can try is registering with some recruitment agencies or headhunters who are specializing in your desired industry. Now let's talk about some common mistakes that people make while switching jobs. The first one is undervaluing your experience. And it's a pretty common one. I've seen people do this. So let me explain this to you. Let's say you're a person having about 3 years of experience. Now with your experience, if you have the right skills, if you've done quality projects, you can easily qualify for an SD2 role. But if any company is offering you an SD1 role, in that case, accepting that lower level position can make it harder to advance your career and receive the recognition that you deserve. So it will kind of slow down your career growth. So I would suggest don't ever accept any offer which is, trying to lower your level down or making your career growth slow. Another mistake is switching too frequently. So if you're switching jobs very frequently, it's like a mistake you're making in the career because you won't be able to have any solid experience in any of the jobs that you're working at. This will absolutely impact your long-term career growth, and it will basically limit your ability to gain in-depth experience and expertise in any domain. So that's because employers often value engineers who have a depth of understanding in a specific area. So now let's talk about, now you've planned your switch, you have considered why is it important to switch, how to tailor your resume, and how to find the right opportunity for yourself. Now comes preparing for that job switch. So if you're going for a tech job switch, you're going for an SD role, for an SD2 role, there'll be 2 types of interviews that you'll be facing. The first one will be domain or tech interviews, where you have to prepare data structures and algorithms, low-level and high-level system design, and maybe focus on the other tech areas as per the role. So for example, you are a front-end software engineer. You might have to go through some front-end machine coding rounds, right? Or if you're a back-end engineer, there can be back-end machine coding rounds as well. So that's where you have to focus. But how do you find that out about any specific company is just looking through the previous experiences. So let's say you're applying for an XYZ company and you have your interviews coming. So you can just go and check out the patterns of questions that have been asked in the past interviews and prepare accordingly. Now, if you are someone who does not have much experience for the role you're applying for, you can also consider upskilling and do some projects personally. So let's say you're going for a back-end position. But in your current role, you have been someone who is a full-stack engineer and you've done less work on the back-end part. So what you can do is personally do some back-end projects where you can work your skills and enhance them so that you can apply for that back-end role. Now, as I said, reading past interviews, experiences of the company really matters. Another thing you can do is giving a few mock interviews before going through with your actual interview. So how mock interviews can help you is they can help you replicate the actual interview environment, which can help you become much more comfortable with the process. They can also help you boost your confidence, and the constructive feedback can help you identify your weaknesses and you can later address them and work on them to perform better when your actual interview comes. For behavioral or hiring manager rounds, there are certain things that you need to focus upon. So after your technical rounds are done, you'll be faced with behavioral round or hiring manager round. So there are certain things that you need to take care of before you go for your hiring manager round. First of all, research the company very thoroughly. Try to understand the company's culture, its values, and its mission. Now be prepared to discuss your resume. You should be very thorough about your resume. You should know each and everything you have mentioned, including your past experiences, your projects, and your achievements. Be prepared with the projects you've done in the past and the impact that you've created in your previous company. The interviewer can ask you questions regarding why you made certain choices in a project. These choices can be related to design choices or maybe coding choices as well. So be prepared to answer those kind of questions. Now, the other behavioral questions that you need to be prepared with are tell me about a challenging project that you've worked on and how you overcame these obstacles, right? Other questions can be, describe a time when you had to collaborate with a difficult team member. Or tell me about a time when you had a conflict with your manager or your colleague and how did you go about resolving that? Another question can be, tell me an incident where you went above and beyond your day-to-day duties. So these can be certain questions. Google more of such questions and be very prepared with them. At least have the, situations or such incidents in your mind which you can elaborate in front of the interviewer. Another thing you can do in behavioral rounds is using the STAR technique. So STAR stands for situation, task, action, and result. So use this technique to structure your responses. While answering any question, first provide a situation or the context of the situation, like what all was happening or what was the project and what was the challenge that came up. Then explain the task that you decided, like how are you gonna, work on this thing and resolve the situation. Then discuss in detail on what action you took, and then explain the positive impact that resulted out of the action you took. So this is how you can use the STAR technique. An important question that you can come across in your behavioral or your hiring manager round is, why are you leaving your current organization? Now, answering this question in a positive way is very important. Make sure you're not speaking anything negative about your current or past employers, colleagues, or your organization. It's important to maintain a professional and a positive tone throughout your response. Try to frame your answer in a way that you can emphasize on what you've gained from your current organization and express gratitude for the opportunities you've had. You can say that you're looking for new opportunities to broaden your skill set, to tackle different problems, and to contribute to diverse projects. But don't mention anything negative about your current company. So now let's talk about what to look for in your new company. So when you're switching jobs as a software engineer, it really becomes crucial to carefully evaluate the potential employers to ensure that your new company aligns with your career goals, your values, and your work preferences. So don't rush this decision at all and don't focus solely on the compensation part. While salary is important, it shouldn't be the only factor you consider when switching jobs. You should also assess the company's culture, the company's values, evaluate the team dynamics within the organization and what the working relationships are. Assess the technology stack and the tools the company is using and ensure that they align with your interests and your expertise. Because it's really important to work with technologies that you're passionate about. Now also try to understand the type of projects you'll be working on and the impact they'll have on the company and its clients. Now, if you're switching, also consider the company's financial stability and the long-term prospects. Find out how the company recognizes and rewards the employee contributions, how positively they're helping you grow in your career in the long term. Lastly, also check out the job security at your new organization. So you should very carefully research on the history of layoffs or any reorganizations that have happened in the past. So I hope you were able to gain some good insights on switching jobs in early career stages. So whether you are in the beginning of your career or well into it, remember that both stages offer distinct opportunities and challenges. As you embark on your career switch, know that with continuous dedication, learning, and an open mind, you can successfully pivot into new and exciting roles in the ever-evolving world of software engineering. While making a career switch in your later stage of life or at the later stage of your career can be very challenging, but it's also incredibly rewarding. Also, at that point, you're kind of familiar with the whole process. You have that wisdom and experience to make a successful transition. So that's it for today. Hope it cleared your doubts on early career switch for software engineering career. If you have any further doubts, feel free to put them in the comment section below and we'll be happy to answer. In our next video, we'll be taking a closer look at career switches in the later stages of software engineering career. So make sure to like and share this video and subscribe to Scalers YouTube channel for more such insightful content. Till then, take care and happy switching.